This is the story of 3 bottle caps. Small, tiny objects. How could they have a large impact on the environment? Let's take a look at their stories, and then you'll see for yourself just how much impact they can have.
I was created for a Pepsi bottle. I did my job well. I held the precious soda perfectly carbonated in the bottle until it was ready to be enjoyed. After I had done my job, they didn't have any use for me anymore. They threw me in the garbage. There I met lots of other things that people no longer had use for. Plastic bags, takeout containers, soda cups. Eventually, after a lot of jostling and roughhousing, I ended up in a landfill. There I met many other discarded items. I made friends, but many of them didn't last long. Me, however, I was strong. I lasted in the landfill for years and years and years. I did my job well, but in the end, it was my strength that was truly damaging.
I was created for a Coke bottle in Atlanta, Georgia. All my life I was told that I was the darling of the soda case. I was the best, the prettiest, the most preferred. All that changed when I was removed from the bottle I had served so faithfully. I was discarded, thrown into the gutter. I ended up in a runoff drain, and after a long journey, I eventually made my way into the ocean. I floated and bobbed for a bit, and then suddenly one day, a bird swooped down and swallowed me up. In the belly of the bird, I met other plastic objects that had been mistaken for food. Eventually, the bird got sick. He couldn't digest us, and with so much plastic in his stomach, he couldn't digest anything else. The bird eventually died, but I was still strong. Even as the bird's body decomposed around me, I was still intact, red, shiny, still bearing the Coke logo. I felt terrible for killing the bird. I never wanted to hurt anyone.
I began my life at the Squirt bottling facility. I was never really all that popular, but that didn't matter to me. One fateful day, I was purchased, and the soda that I held intact was enjoyed. Afterwards, I was placed in a recycling bin. There I met other bottle caps, bottles, newspapers, styrofoam, and cans. After a long journey, we eventually ended up at a recycling center. At the center, we were sorted by material. I ended up with all the other plastic bottles and caps. We were eventually melted down and then used to make other plastic materials. I ended up becoming part of a cleaning solution spray bottle. 20 years later, I'm still working. I'm now a hanger in a nice lady's closet. Even though I may not have started out popular, I'm proud of the long career I've had and the legacy I continue to build.
3 very different stories. 3 very different outcomes. What can we learn from these experiences? The responsibility is on you. What are you going to do?